Hello there and welcome to my short video presentation of my walking art that I recently undertook in Sussex Inlet. Originally my exercise was to walk through the shopping centre in Nowra with a walking aid and gauge people's reactions to a confrontation of the norm. I had no major rules as the artwork itself was a large component. I guess the one rule that I can think of is that I had to walk from one end of Stocklands to the other and have someone take some photos, hopefully capturing people's reactions. After my initial discussion with the group at CAOS 13 rooms, I decided to alter the destination and move it from the shopping centre to Sussex Inlet. The purpose of the change was to perform the exercise in an area that is colloquially known as God's waiting room. One aspect of the coastal village that you notice is the increased presence of elderly citizens. Many slowly walk down the street, others use walking sticks, and a minority make use of motorised scooters. Society has a concept. A person with a frame must be a senior citizen, and I was about to challenge the norm and begin the exercise at the local supermarket. This created some mixed emotions within the community. As I entered the store, some people felt they needed to give me rite of passage, showing empathy and assuming that I must have some physical impairment. Others in the supermarket showed some discontent and uncomfortability with the concept of a young person using a device that was strictly perceived for the elderly, as in their eyes, I displayed no physical disability. I want to point out that I didn't have any conceived actions or motions on how to interact with the walking frame. Yet once I grasped the two handles, I instantly hunched over, I leant on the frame and walked slowly. This wasn't something that I gave any thought to during the exercise. It was a reflection of the photographs that I discovered this physical motion. On the flip side, I could have stood upright and walked at my normal pace through the main street, Sussex Inlet. I believe that subconsciously I wanted to be as respectful of the people who actually do have physical ailments. The concept of offending people certainly wasn't in my plan. Through the week, it was made apparent to me that there is a UK satirical organisation that has been formed by two disabled artists, Catherine and Aaron. Their intent is to challenge able-bodied people through their performance art. They create video and performance art to cause confusion and provoke debate by subverting society's perception and expectations of disabled people. Although I fully respect this notion and idea, it wasn't my intent. To further enhance my walking art, I decided to produce this short video and combine it with the photographs of the happening, which is what you've seen so far whirling behind me. One photo though that I want to highlight is this gentleman on his scooter who was gracious enough to let himself be photographed with me. The elderly people that I encountered in Sussex Inlet largely ignored me. However, I was stopped by this man because he himself was using an aid. He felt that he could converse with myself and almost felt a kindred spirit with me. The irony of the photo is that there were two young people in the background, and this young man was watching the encounter unfold and trying to understand it, but his partner turned around as soon as she realised it was a photographer, and she kept walking. My piece is certainly something that could be developed further, and my walk would consist of videotaping a predefined path from the top of the street and walking to the other end. Along the way, I would occasionally move the camera to the left and then to the right. The participant would have a Zimmer frame, similar to the one that I used for my artwork, and during the course of the videotape, I would have actors look at the camera, not necessarily directly, but they'd have looks of question, sympathy, empathy, unease, disgust, and uncertainty. The voiceover would instruct the participant to note these looks from the people. Much like Cardiff's Ghost Machine from 2005, which was shot at the Hebel Theatre in Berlin. Although it would be an overlapping reality, the concept would be to engage the person in the emotions that I felt on the day and to a lesser extent touch on the emotions of an individual that actually uses these physical aids. A major part of the art would be that it is slow moving to mimic the speed of the person using the frame. I think overall this form of performance art challenged individuals who saw it. My performance inhibited the gap between art and life, much like Kaprow's work according to Craig Stark in 501 Great Artists. This whole experience allowed me to gain a better understanding of what the term relational aesthetics is. The central theme of my artistic experience and conception of my idea was to create a work that challenged the social norm of disability, age and extension of oneself with the use of a Zimmer frame. Bourriaud describes works of art which are produced within the community with a specific cultural and political goal to use that artwork. Those who engage with this piece interact with the social associations of others and allow exchanges which are different within the structure. This walking art is an inconsistency of organised everyday life, and therefore is a different concept of communication which has been forced upon the participant. For this art to have an effect, it must rely on the social restrictions that apply to people who are disabled or elderly, allowing the opportunity for social relations, which creates a new space with a designed purpose. My name's Stephen, and thanks for watching. Hey, please feel free to read more of my experience on the blog, and by all means, comment. Go on, socially engage yourself.